All right, before we officially start the show,
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to talk about something that was said last week that I don't know if I agree with. Um, it was off the podcast. It was after the podcast ended. You said something that caught me a little off guard when you said that you didn't like pasta in general.
I totally forgot about this. I don't know what the fuck you were talking about. I was like, oh no, he's starting fake beef for the for
You
the.
got fucking yeah. We're getting canceled. You're getting canceled specifically by
For
Italians for the
I
pasta
mean,
topic for the pasta
yeah, pot
opinions.
past. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. It's just because like I don't know. Like it's not in my. I mean, yeah, man.
How
It's cool.
it's just it's something that you haven't had much interaction with, or it's
No,
just something that
it's fine. It's an okay food. I'm okay. I'm okay with not eating pasta for the rest of my life. I think.
I feel like we need to get to the root of this. What do you have
No,
against Italians that you
I don't
that
have
you
anything against Italians.
that you feel the
Nothing.
need to attack their foods?
Their delicacies.
Yeah, they're Italian delicacies, such as
Nothing at
Did you
all.
know that each pasta shape has its own reason for being shaped that way?
I didn't.
Yeah,
You know history of pasta?
I I know a little bit of pasta history. Yeah.
Give me two facts.
So anyway, the my favorite thing about pasta is that it can hold the sauce.
Yeah. There's this place. I don't know if it's open anymore. It's called Eastside Mario's out here. That
Eastside
move.
Mario's.
Yeah, it's a
You're on
authentic
the west
Italian
side though.
restaurant. Shut the fuck up. It's just a restaurant name. Yeah, it was cool. I don't think I ordered the correct thing because it didn't taste like it was described on the not brochure
On the
menu.
menu.
Yeah, but this is like 7 years ago. So I mean, pasta's cool. When my mom makes it, is fucking great. It's just like I don't know. Pasta's. I've never had a craving for pasta in my life. It's like, oh
Really?
my god, never. I've never been
I could
like,
see you not having a craving for pasta.
yeah, no.
Okay.
It's never. There's never been like, oh man, you know what I really want?
Some
Some
pasta.
pasta.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of one of those foods that you kind of just do when you don't have anything else to do.
It's
You get
literally the lazy mom for the week
Yeah,
food.
it's just Prego sauce
Specifically,
in
yeah,
ravioli shapes.
yeah. Mom don't want to cook every day of the week, so she makes spaghetti. You feel
Yeah.
me?
Yeah, which
So
is
I mean,
yeah,
it's
that's
cool.
a specific type of pasta as well. The spaghetti has a reason to be shaped that way. Anyway, so what did you play this week? The pasta podcast.
Of
The
course,
the pasta
of
cast.
course. Pasta cast. We have segment.
I
Uh,
appreciate your opinions during the pasta cast segment.
of course, of course. We should talk
I'm
about it
glad you
next week as
contributed
well. Uh huh.
about your hate for Italians. Anyway.
I never said that. You gonna get me canceled one? Somebody gonna archive this one day, bruh. Uh,
Yeah, they're gonna uncover this. As
yeah,
soon as you
they're
start
gonna go
working with
back
Drake.
like old tweets.
Yeah.
Old tweets.
As soon as you start working with Dr. Dre and them, they're gonna bring up the pasta cast topic from episode 4 of the Bad Input podcast.
Exactly. Episode 4.
So what have you played this week?
Well, we didn't introduce the show. That
Welcome
was
to the Bad
pre-show.
Input podcast. I am your host Nigel. This is my co-host Ryan, who hates pasta and
I
Italians.
never said that.
But
Never said that either.
I'm gonna keep it going. I'm gonna keep it going until it becomes a thing,
No,
as if you're known
please don't.
professionally as an Italian hater. Um,
No.
it's a good thing you said you enjoy pasta before I started this campaign against you. Um, but what were you playing?
I've played 3 games. I've been so busy, as you guys know. Finals. I have 2 more finals left. Well, technically, one more final, but there's 2 parts to it. So I've been pretty busy, but I've been
Two
able to
parts
play.
to it.
Yeah, there's an exam B that I took that I need to turn in by tomorrow, and then we have to show up for class to take part A on Thursday. Yeah,
Why did you do it B and then A?
I'm not the teacher, bruh.
Okay. Yeah, that's a weird choice, but yeah.
Yeah. But I've played, of course, Enter the Gungeon. You guys know I played that for a while, a couple days ago, and I think I played some last night. It's all a blur. But today I played some Resident Evil 4. Love that game. Told you guys that last week. And I also finally beat the first fucking mission for Metro Exodus. I bought that game like a year ago after it came out, and I don't know. I didn't like the way it felt. Still don't like the way it feels. Kind of weird. Little jank in there. I'm feeling some jank. I don't remember this kind of jank from the older Metro series. Metro 1, I don't remember. I think it's just called Metro, and then Last Light. I liked Last Light a lot, but I still have to give Exodus a chance. I've heard it's a cool game. Haven't heard anything too bad, but as of right now, man, I don't know how I'm feeling about it. I don't know. I haven't even heard. I haven't heard people's common consensus on this.
Consensus?
That word consensus on this one.
Is there something? Is there like some kind of disconnect between games? Like they changed the mechanic or something in a way that you didn't like?
No, I just don't like. Okay, so I'm a huge person when it comes to like options. Like when first thing I do is with every game, I pretty much when I start playing it, I fuck with the options. As for like aim assist, sensitivity, your X and Y sensitivity.
Okay.
And this one, I don't know, like I have it cranked to the max, and dude, it takes so long to turn. I feel like, and like the aim is a little weird. Maybe I just got to get used to it.
That could be a death sentence. Turning too slow.
Yeah.
I don't like when they do that. I don't like when, especially first-person shooter games.
But it's weird because when you aim, there's a regular X and Y sensitivity, and then there's an aim sensitivity. So when you actually aimed in, you move faster. And there's like such a disconnect with like the regular just turning, and then when you start aiming. So say this is you regularly turning, and then when you aim, it's like that. Like you aim like. It aims so much faster, so it kind of throws off your aim.
Oh, okay. I see what you mean, I think.
Yeah, it's a little weird. I don't know. I just got to get used to it, I guess. But, spoilers for the first mission. I mean, it's not really spoilers.
It is the first mission.
It's the first mission. I mean, the game's been out for a year. You get stabbed. I mean, like, it's like any other video game. Like, the main character is like somehow just really resistant to dying.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, bro, the first mission, right? You're with your wife and you're going through the Moscow on the surface, and then you get caught by these guys. You get stabbed, and then you get like pushed or punched off of this fucking cliff, bro.
Oh my god.
Into like this like. I mean, like, it has to be like a 20-foot drop. And
God damn.
It has to be like a 20-foot drop. And then you crawl to a health pack or whatever. Mm-hmm. It's kind of like shaky because I ain't played it in so long. But, yeah, you find a health pack. Then you're just instantly fine. Like, instantly fine. Like, there's no residual damage. Yeah. Like, you don't walk slow or anything. And then you end up getting shot, like, a bunch later. Not, like, cutscene-wise, but you know, during the game, you just get shot a fuck ton. But I was like, damn, like, that health pack just instantly healed up that wound. Like, that's crazy. So
I love video game rules.
It kind of fucked me a little bit. Kind of took me out of the game a little bit.
Yeah, I could see that happening for that,
But
especially. That sounds kind of wild.
oh, also, actually, this isn't the first mission. I think this is the second mission. The first mission is you're reacquainted with the main character in the tunnel, and you're instantly getting fucked up by the I can't remember their names, but they're essentially just really like the four-legged beast monster, and like you're getting fucked up by those, and then I don't know, it kind of like those two events right after each other just kind of made me feel like, how is this guy still alive after all this shit? So yeah, but I'm kind of enjoying Metro. I love the first two. But yeah, that's what I've been playing. Res 4. I was just playing Res 4 before we started the podcast.
You know what?
It again.
Well, I personally didn't finish it, but I watched my girlfriend finish Resident Evil Village. So I could get into that, and then we can go back to Resident Evil 4 really quick.
Sure.
Because Resident Evil Village is probably one of my favorite Resident Evil games now. As someone who is new to the Resident Evil series and hasn't played very many of the Resident Evil games, this is I can I can confidently say this one is up there with one of my favorites of the 2 or 3 I've beaten. But Resident Evil Village, compared to 7, it just has so many different looking environments with so many different enemies, especially. Like the enemies in Resident Evil 7 were all, or for the most part, except for bosses, were mostly just these black humanoid mold people.
Yeah.
And in Resident Evil Village, they have a much wider variety of enemy types. Like they have flying enemies that come in and attack you. They have the Lycans. They have these like I guess just zombies with like hook blades or something like that. And those are just kind of the ones walking around. Yeah.
This is 8, right? Village is considered 8.
Yeah.
In 7, with all the mode people, did they ever explain like what the fuck they were? Or like...
Yeah. It's explained what they were in that game and in this game retroactively. It has to do with like Resident Evil lore things, so I don't want to spoil it.
Okay. I'll play it. I'm gonna play that shit.
You should, absolutely. I highly recommend this game. It's very, very, very good. I liked so after I think where I last left off in the last podcast was at the Beneviento house with the I'm not gonna spoil the monster that's there because it's terrifying. And I want the people, everyone playing the game, to be as scared as I was because that shit was crazy.
I've been spoiled so hard just off of fucking screen. What's those shits called?
Screenshots, screen caps.
Not screenshots. Your channel, not card. What the fucking
Instagram stories?
Like, no, the fucking on YouTube, the thing.
Oh,
what's that shit called? Your photo.
Oh yeah, the thumbnail.
Yeah, that.
Yeah.
Shit. So many people fucking, just have to have the fucking.
Yeah, I hate that.
The boss they're fighting in that video, like, bro, like, what the fuck, like.
Yeah, it's so hard to avoid spoilers. Every time I try to avoid looking up something I'm excited for on YouTube when it comes out because it will damage your recommendations for a minute.
It's not even, bro. Oh my god, all my recommendations is Invincible shit right now. I've been watching so much behind the scenes shit.
Absolutely,
it's straight Invincible.
But with Village, it's as I said, I'm enjoying it. I haven't finished it. I have seen the ending and the rest of the game, but I'm almost at the ending myself, and I definitely do think I enjoy it more than 7. It just has more going for it, and the story and the ending. I feel like the ending of 7 was kind of eh, and the ending of this one feels more.
You didn't like shooting the grandma in the face?
It's more that you don't really get. I didn't really understand the ending of 7. Like at the end of 7, you fight this big black mold monster or something, and Chris Redfield comes in, picks you up at the end, and that's how that ends.
That's the weird part, right? Chris saves you, and then he shoots your girl in the beginning of this one.
Yeah. That's explained later, and it totally makes sense.
Okay, cool.
But there's a lot of Resident Evil. I really want you to play and beat this game because
Yeah,
I want to
I
talk
got
about the
you.
spoilers of this because
Yeah.
it's really interesting.
Yeah.
As someone who is more on the outside of Resident Evil, the lore shit is pretty interesting.
Yeah, it's interesting as hell.
But I think that Resident Evil 7 ended with this long section that was on the ship, and Resident
Mm-hmm.
Evil 8
With the little
ends.
evil bitch girl.
Yeah, the little I think her name was Evelyn or something.
Think so, yeah.
But yeah, Resident Evil 8 has kind of a version of that like it takes you from what you're used to and puts you in like a very standardized kind of looking place. Like you went from the house to the ship in that, but in this you go from the village to a factory and then to what's her name? Mother Miranda? Mother Miranda is the name of the final boss. But I just definitely enjoyed every. I'm gonna after I beat it, I'm definitely gonna play it again to get a better feel of because
They got new game modes. They always got new game modes.
yeah,
Right?
they have the mercenaries mode. And I'm sure they're gonna add some shit after that. I don't really care for the mercenaries mode. I'm definitely gonna play
Yeah, I
whatever
fucking
DLC
hate
they have
mercenary
afterwards.
mode.
But yeah, Village, very good, very replayable. One of the best in the series for sure. Even as someone who is pretty new to the series, but yeah, I will be more excited to talk about the ending of that game once you have played it and beaten it because it's very good. And also, it retroactively paints Resident Evil 7 differently, and also yeah, it paints the events of Resident Evil 7 and the character Ethan and some other things differently that I really, really wasn't expecting and also enjoyed. And also, it all made sense to me. I don't know how, as someone who is new to the series, but it immediately made sense to me. But what else have you? Oh yeah, Resident Evil 4. Tell me about Resident Evil 4, because I never beat it.
What happens in it?
Just you've been playing it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, just tell me about that. Give me your
Oh,
opinions on that. Your thoughts on that.
What on me
Just
playing it
generally.
again?
Yeah.
I fucking love this game, man. It's so good.
That's what I've heard. It's one of the best games ever made, I've heard.
I love this game, man. I mean, I'm playing it on like New Game Plus Plus. I mean, there's no real existence of New Game Plus Plus, I don't think. Well, yes, I think. Yeah, because once you beat it twice, you unlock the secret weapon.
Oh,
which
and you
is
keep
like-
your inventory?
Yeah.
That's good.
You,
That's good.
You
That's
unlock
really good.
the secret weapon, which I want. Well, do you care?
No.
It's the PLR, and it one shots everything in the game.
Oh, that's very useful.
It's
That's
just-
so fucking useful. Can you kill the chainsaw man with that instantly?
Yep.
That's good. That's
it can
really
lock
good.
on to multiple targets at the same time and one shot everything. Yeah.
That's
So,
nuts.
yeah,
That's really
it's
good.
cool. Yeah.
That's really good.
But I've just been playing, and it's free, by the way. You don't even have to buy it. It's free as fuck. It's $0.
That's good. That's really
But
good.
I don't have it in my inventory. I've just been rocking all the guns from my previous save and upgrading those, and just been enjoying it, man. I got to for people who have played in the past, the area right after the village. Oh, there's quick tip. Well, you won't be able to do this, I don't think, because you don't have powerful enough weapons. There's a way to skip the actual chainsaw man.
Oh, really?
Yeah. When you first walk into the village via that first gate, if you start shooting at the villagers, you can just aggro all of them, and they'll come your way. And then the second wave will come in, and then you just kill all those people, and then you're fine. I think what happens is once you trigger actually walking into the village and going inside the house, the chainsaw guy comes out. But I mean, it don't really matter. I have literally the strongest guns in the game. It wouldn't do much to me, but I don't know. I just think it's fun. I really enjoy the game.
That's good. That Chainsaw Man is the most dangerous man in Resident Evil.
Yeah, in any Resident Evil.
Yeah, he's the most. He's. It's no wonder they have him in more than one game because he's a threat. He's a threat for
Yeah,
real.
he's in 4 and 5. I don't know about. Is he in 6?
I
What
haven't
the?
played 6, so
You
he
haven't
could
played
be.
6?
I've
Dude,
heard nothing but 6 is probably the worst one.
6 is good in its own way.
I've heard that it's good in its own way, like it's good in an action game kind of way, but I've heard that it's a bad Resident
Yeah.
Evil game.
Yes.
That's what, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a
For
lot of what I've
sure.
heard. Yeah.
Lore is thrown out the window. It's just a lot of people, a lot of shit blown. Literally, there, you have to watch the cutscenes in this fucking thing. You never have to play 6. Just watch the action in the fucking cutscenes. It's insane, bro.
Yeah.
It's
I could do
actually
that at
crazy.
least. Yeah.
It's
Because I've
actually
heard
sick.
6 is nuts. Six is just the wildest shit in the series.
Bro. I don't even know how they go from 6 to 7.
Yeah. I don't know how it's super weird how that even happened. How 7 is a sequel to 6 technically by number only.
I don't know how Ethan was just able to safely travel across America. If you just look at 6, just look how fucked the world is in 6,
Yeah.
and then watch. Just remind yourself of what happens in 7, bro.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
actually insane.
I'm growing
I've
more concerned
never-
by the second.
I've never actually thought about that. That's actually insane. Wow, the difference.
Okay. So, have you I know that you have Mass Effect on Game Pass. Have you started it?
No, because I'm going to get the Legendary Edition.
That's a good
And I
fit.
saw
That's
it
a good
was-
choice.
Yeah, I saw that 1 is better, but it's still a little jank in 1. So
Yeah.
I'm not gonna play it yet. I'm gonna just get the Legendary Edition or whatever it's called. It's called the Trilogy. Or
It's called the Legendary Edition.
Okay, yeah. I saw that you started playing it. How did you feel about it?
So Mass Effect is my favorite game series of all time. It's my favorite series ever. And now having the Legendary Edition, this game is still not even just as great, probably even greater than it was when I first played it because for one, the character creator is better, the graphics look better. Shit loads so extremely fast. Like the elevator rides would take up to like a minute or higher, and now they are gone in seconds. Like you even just traveling around your ship, the load times just are instant. Traveling and going to different planets, it feels like instant. But I started out playing. I was gonna do a full trilogy run, but I really like Mass Effect 1.
Yeah, but you said 2 is your favorite, right?
2 is my absolute favorite. My ranking in order goes from 2 to 3 to 1. But that would also mean that 1 is my least favorite. So I started 1, but then I moved on. I was going to do a full trilogy run, but then I started playing Mass Effect and realized that it is still a game from 2008. And so it will still have some weird mission structure in some places, but the charm is still there. And if you haven't played Mass Effect at all, this is still the best way to play it. Or this is currently the best way to play it, as far as I know.
Yeah.
Because for one, the character creator is better. I mentioned that earlier, I think. The character creator in the original Mass Effect 1 is dog shit. The character creator in the original Mass Effect 1 is awful. And when I first created a character, I didn't really know how to really make my character look decent. So I just, I color swapped a white man and added a different style of hair to him. It wasn't a black person's hair because they didn't have that option at the time. They only had straight hair or a buzz cut.
Yeah.
And I think when I originally played it, I had like a character with like it wasn't a buzz cut because I know I didn't have a buzz cut at the time when I played it, but it was just like short straight hair that had like little dangly straight hair bits in the front, and it always kind of bothered me. Now I have a character who looks like a person, like a like a real man, and I have braids. I have like blonde braids on my character's head, and
Mm-hmm.
I've never thought I would ever see a decent looking shepherd in the original Mass Effect 1, 2, or 3 because it was so hard to
Yeah.
make a decent looking character in those games. But with that being said, I I was playing one for a while. One is still really good. The lines, all the characters look well. Some of the characters look kind of fucked up, but a lot of the characters look really great. Um, Captain Anderson specifically looks fucking like a monster. He looks like he looks like some kind of eldritch monster, because of the way he. I feel like he has too many textures on his face, and his eyes are really wide, and also they have like
Is that the black guy?
yeah, yeah.
I've watched Game Ranks video on the Legendary series, and I
Oh
think he
yeah,
mentioned the same thing. He was like, the
yeah.
dude looks weird as shit.
He looks like a monster. He has like glass eyes, or his eyes have ray tracing on it, or something.
Yeah.
And it. He looks weird as fuck in the first game,
Hmm.
but also it took me a second to realize that this isn't a full from the ground up. This obviously isn't a full from the ground up remake because
Yeah.
they are just reskinning over better, like nicer textures over everything,
Yeah.
and making it run faster and stuff like that.
Hmm.
But so when I jumped from 1 to 2 and the graphics were already better, but with
Yeah.
the remaster they look even better.
Yeah.
I started enjoying 2 a lot more. Um, if you are playing Mass Effect for the first time, don't skip 1. Don't skip 1 ever in your life.
No, I
Always
wouldn't.
play. Yeah,
Yeah.
always play 1. Because the choices carry over from game to game, but since I've played it before, I understand how Mass Effect is gonna how it's gonna play out. So I skipped from 1 to 2. I may go back
Yeah.
and play 1 again, but the mission I was on, I was lost for like an hour because they still have some old weird, some like kind of outdated mechanics in 1 because you know how when you finish a mission in a game that has an open world, that it just teleports you back to where you were when you finish it.
Oh, don't tell me you gotta go all the way back yourself.
You have to go all the way back yourself.
Oh,
There's also
that's great.
the map in 1 is also not that great, and there's no way to. There's no objective. There are objective markers, but the map is kind of hard to read, and also it's kind of hard to find where your objective is, especially if you're not on the right floor. So yeah, I just skipped all that shit and went straight on to 2, and all of it was immediately better because they improved everything in 2 in every way, and 2 is just an amazing game. One of my
Bro,
favorite games of all time.
dog shit maps are the worst.
Absolutely, I hate it.
Dog shit maps are the worst. I'm trying to think of like the worst map.
There have been games that have made where I've played or seen the map and it immediately made me not want to play the game anymore. Because if you're the one of the main things you need to nail is one missions, and two your map. Um,
Yeah.
if your map is not good and it's hard to read, I'm just gonna stop. I'm just gonna give up.
I know Doom did it pretty well because it's
There was
like 3D, but it was still kind
Oh yeah, Doom had a 3D map, didn't it?
of
That was decent. That was
yeah
pretty. 3D maps can go either way, really. 3D
yeah.
maps can definitely be hit or miss, depending on if you can rotate it or move it around or not.
What game is it? Because every time you would pause, at least on the Xbox. Oh, Control.
Oh, Control.
That Control's map is dog shit.
I don't remember the
I
Control map.
I hated it so much. Oh my god, Jesus Christ! Love that game. Shit map.
That game has some issues, even though I do also really enjoy it. That game has
I
some
love.
some crazy issues.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
But I remember the map in Control being that you it pulled up. Is it not what I think it is? You pull it up and it like overlays over the screen and it's kind of like transparent.
Yes, but the problem is I played on Xbox One.
Okay. There's your
I don't
first
know
issue.
if it was a problem. Right. I don't know if it was a problem on on only Xbox, only my console, maybe consoles in general. But every time you would pause or try to pull up the map, it would freeze the game for at least 10 seconds.
Yeah, that would happen occasionally to me. Yeah, that would happen a few times. Control just ran really bad as well.
Yeah.
It just didn't run the greatest. So I just lumped that in with all of the other frame rate drops I had with Control.
Yeah, dude. Every time I would try to, bro, I love that game. I don't think this needs to turn into a Control. What I dislike about Control, but yeah, Control map is dog shit.
Yeah.
Great game though. You should
Yeah.
play it, guys. If you
Yeah.
haven't.
Control is a great game. Bad map, bad boss fights, horrible boss fights.
Every single one.
Every single one. So what else? Have you played anything besides what was the first thing you talked about? Metro and
Metro
RE4.
Res.
Oh,
Enter the
did I finish what I was
Gungeon.
saying about Mass Effect 2? Mass Effect 2 is one of my favorite games ever. I am replaying that right now on the Legendary Edition. It looks amazing. Everything is beautiful.
Doesn't the character model carry over?
Yeah.
There's a thing you can do where you can upgrade your stats or something. It carries over or something.
Does it? I know you
I
can
don't
carry over. You can
know.
transfer over your character, but I don't know about stats. You can transfer over also your character class, but I don't know about
I
stats.
think it's that. I think it's that. I saw
Yeah.
something about it in the video. I don't remember what it is. I've never played the game. I can't even speak on it.
Yeah,
What
it's
it- what
you can
type
definitely
it is.
carry over character classes because I think it's locked into you as a character. Like that's just who you are canonically. But
Yeah.
what else have you played?
Just those three. Of course, Enter the Gungeon. I love that game. I say it every week. It's not gonna change. Uh, Still getting my ass whooped. I haven't made it to the final boss in a minute. Uh, Also, kind of because I've been stressed out, so I couldn't really put 100% of my focus into an actual good run. But I've been playing on the harder difficulty, and it's fun, man. There's definitely a level of I don't know what am I trying to say. It's like it's more intriguing now. It's more interesting. It's a
Oh,
lot more interesting
okay.
playing it on the harder difficulty. When
Or
you,
like engaging, like very
exactly. Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, I'm enjoying it. Can't wait to see if I can ever unlock this fucking gunslinger. Probably never happen, but
It's a lifelong
yeah,
journey.
yeah. Other than that, I downloaded Psychonauts. I've been
I
wanting to play that
haven't played
forever.
Psychonauts. I've never played that.
Yeah, it's on Game Pass right now. I
Of course
downloaded
it is.
it, and I want to play that pretty soon. But other than that, man, I haven't been playing anything. Just been watching videos on Invincible and just modded Souls games, like from Soft Games.
Oh yeah, yeah. Those are very interesting. I like what
Yeah,
they do with those.
modded videos.
Um,
Other than that,
um. Yeah. Oh, have you ever played Guilty Gear?
mm-mm.
No, oh well. You know what? Guilty Gear is PlayStation exclusive, so you would not have had the chance to. You should get a PS5. Uh,
I should get a PS5.
you'll have to wait until next year, but
I'll have to wait till 2022.
But Guilty Gear Strive had a series of betas. This most recent one I didn't play very much of.
Why?
Because I started streaming it the Friday that it was released, and the servers didn't seem to be having a very great time, so I had a single match, and then went back to it 2 days later. I think that Saturday I played a fuck ton of Mass Effect, and then that Sunday I tried to get into Guilty Gear, but it was over. The beta was over. Um, but I have played previous betas, so I can speak to that. Because I don't think I've ever talked about Guilty Gear on this.
I don't
Guilty
even know what
Gear.
Guilty Gear is.
Oh, you don't even know what it is? Look
I've
up
heard the
the
name.
Guilty Gear Strive trailer really quick while I talk about this. Because it's for one, Guilty Gear looks incredible. The art style is amazing. The characters all have such good character designs and such crazy moves and shit like that. Some of them are very, very, very interesting in the way they fight. Like the person that I main is this character Nagoriyuki, who is a samurai vampire man. Um,
Wow.
he has like a blood gauge that builds up over time, and he's a heavy, slow character, so he has huge like screen clearing moves, but he also is a little slower. But
Oh, it's
that's
a
that's the
gotcha.
guy I love playing as. What were you say?
No, I thought it was like a story based game. It's like an arcade platformer fighter.
It's just a fighter. Yeah.
Okay.
It's very, very like if you haven't played any Guilty Gear games, I would highly suggest if you ever have the chance to play any of them really, because
No.
they have all been focused. Even the early ones, fuck you. Even the early ones were, even the earlier ones were focused on combos. So I played a really old one, and the combos in it feel better than other fighting games that came out around that time. But this one is coming out in June, and I am very, very, very excited for it because it looks very, very good, and just the oh, you know what? I think the betas were for the specifically to. I'll talk about the netcode. So
Combo breaker.
in your average fighting game, you have normal delay-based netcode, which is a standard across the industry. Guilty Gear has it's called rollback.
Uh,
Um, it's rollback netcode is the greatest thing I've ever experienced in a fighting game because not only do you not feel delay at all,
mm-hmm.
it feels like you're playing with someone that's sitting right next to you. The connection is so good, and the
Gotcha.
servers are so good.
Mm.
So I didn't get to play much of this beta, but the last beta I played a ton of. And I don't think I dropped a single match, and I don't think I had a single match that felt laggy or bad at all. Um, with
So the only reason you weren't able to play was because the servers were so full, not because the servers were bad.
the servers were down when I last tried to play it. I played one match and then I was stuck on a like loading screen to take me to um, the next floor of like online play.
Gotcha.
Um, But yeah, when this game comes out, I feel like it's definitely going to change how. I really like. There's a huge push for it in the FGC right now, but I really hope when this game comes out,
FTC fighting.
the fighting game community. But I feel like when this game comes out, it will have a huge effect on other fighting games and how they handle their netcode,
Mm-hmm.
because I remember when the last beta came out, immediately after everyone was tweeting about how they were very depressed that they didn't have anything that feels good to play online besides Guilty
Mm-hmm.
Gear, because other games, even other Arxis games, have delay-based netcode, which feels just objectively worse. Like
Yeah.
you can with delay-based, you can just feel the delay. Like it tells you how much delay there is, and it just feels like shit, especially when you're playing a fighting game. But I think when this game comes out, it's really going to change how other fighting games handle their netcode, and I really hope. It seems like Guilty Gear Strive is going to be a really big game this year, and I am excited for that because it. I love the art style. I love the way. I just love the way it plays. Really.
Mm.
With other fighting games, they were kind of hard for me to learn, but with Guilty Gear, I feel like it just clicked immediately. Even with the character, like the character I main in this one is completely new, but I clicked with him immediately.
Mm.
Um, just because just generally, it feels good to play. I would recommend Guilty Gear to anyone that would be interested in fighting games.
I like the art style, how it uses 3D even though it's
Yeah.
primarily a 2D split.
That's a
space.
huge that the way they do that is insane.
Yeah.
Arxis have had such amazing art styles in like most of their fighting games, especially the modern era.
Hmm.
Like, have you seen Dragon Ball Fighters?
That game looks terrible.
Dragon Ball Fighters
Mhm.
visually looks terrible.
Mhm.
Which game do you mean? Which game do you mean? I don't think you're talking about the right game.
Wait, it's no. I'm sorry. What's the
You are
one?
sorry.
Fuck you. Not fighters.
Xenoverse.
What's the? Yes, that one looks terrible.
That one is
Fighters
terrible.
looks okay. Yeah.
That one is trash. Fighters is really good, but the art style, I feel like I'm just gonna be following Arxis for a while with whatever they do, just because their art style for all of their games is really good. And
Yeah.
I something about the way they the characters animate just is really good to me. I just really enjoy seeing 3D anime people who look like 2D anime people when you just see a still of them, and
Mhm.
it's insane that they were even able to do that.
Yeah, I'm getting a lot of Enter the Spider-Verse vibes with how they did a lot of the stuff in here.
There's a really good video I should share with you sometime
You should.
that that talks about how Arxis animates their characters, because it's very interesting, and it also produces something that looks nothing like anything else, especially in the fighting game space. Like,
Mhm.
I would definitely, this may be my favorite fighting game, not Strive specifically, but my favorite series, I guess, because
Mhm.
Street Fighter is always there. Street Fighter is great, but it's like the standard. Street Fighter is the it just seems like the industry standard for fighting games. Like, that's what you think of. Mortal Kombat is cool, but I just don't like being comboed into oblivion and juggled into oblivion when I'm losing. And Guilty Gear just has a good mix of, you want a good combo, but you also don't want to be dead if you get caught in a good combo, basically.
Yeah. I wonder why. I wonder.
Oh, you should look
Wow.
up the trailer for Nagoriyuki as well, if you're looking at
It's the
Strive
black
footage.
guy.
Yeah.
I saw his fight.
Oh, you saw
He
him?
got a he got
Yeah.
a katana. Yeah, he cool.
He's cool as
Uh,
shit. There's a bunch of wild ass, cool ass characters in that game.
I'm trying to think.
There's a girl with a guitar, some girl that fights with hair.
Yeah, this girl right now fighting has an anchor.
Oh yeah, that's May. She has an anchor and she has a dolphin as well.
And a whale.
And a
pink
whale. Yeah.
Um.
I also need to send you some, like, there was another their game previous to this. I think it's called Guilty Gear Xrd Revel. They have a weird name. They have some weird names. Guilty Gear Xrd Revelator. They have. I'm sure it'll be in Strive, but they have these. The pencil distracted me. I think they'll have those in Strive, but they have these instant kill moves that are whole animations for each character. They all have their own unique instant kill thing. Where it plays like a scene, and it just scene of them killing them in some crazy unique way, and they die. But they're all very entertaining to watch.
This talk about like net code reminds me. I don't know if you knew about it, but that there was this mod for like Smash. It was one of the Smash games. I believe it's Smash 64.
Is it
And,
Smash Melee?
I think it's Melee. It's one of the Smashes, and it allowed like basically what you're talking about, rollback netcode. Not necessarily,
yeah.
not
Yeah, I did hear
necessarily
that.
if it's and then it allowed like perfect gameplay between
Yeah.
people, and Nintendo like put a cease and desist letter out for it because they were gonna do
Yes, they do.
a tournament. It was like Nintendo is like the scummiest company, bro.
I remember when that happened, and I heard someone say that Nintendo, because that happened during the pandemic, and I heard someone say that Nintendo is encouraging the Smash players to go to tournaments and die.
Yeah,
By
like
shutting down unofficial tournaments with like, even if it's a modded version, they're still playing the game. Go
yeah,
fuck yourself.
I don't. Nintendo is so weird about their games, man. I mean, even going back to where you couldn't even basically upload videos of you playing Nintendo games on YouTube.
That was a super fucking weird time. That was
Dude,
weird, bro.
scummy as hell. But I mean, I don't get why they were so angry. Um, I don't know. I feel like modding your game is any game that has a mod for it. I feel like that brings an appreciation more to it, right?
I definitely feel like that, and also it's their game at that point. Like they
Yeah.
own that copy of that game, so if you mod
Mhm.
it yourself, it's yours. Why does it
Yeah.
matter?
I don't know. I don't know. But yeah. But anyway, I was just thought it was a pretty cool that more fighting games are getting that kind of seamless,
Yeah,
uh, same
it's really good.
room LAN party like type of fighting. I think that's real important. And you suck in Mortal Kombat. You use Alien a lot back in the last Mortal Kombat, and you cheesed the fuck out of me,
I
and
I remember
you still whack for that,
I remember when I was using Alien and pouncing on you, and and I
bro.
remember you quit like mid game when I was pouncing.
Yeah. What the fuck am that move is unblockable, and he jumps
Yeah,
from across the screen. You
yeah.
use all the DLC characters too. You're
I
trash for that.
I,
Mm,
I do remember that. That was a good time.
yeah.
That was a good night specifically for me.
Fuck you.
But I think to end it, I wanted to get your feelings on just the broader topic of I guess accessibility and also adding an easy mode in games like you play From Software games, right?
I've only played one Dark Souls 1.
You've only That's the only From Software game you played?
Oh wait, Sekiro as well. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
I forgot Sekiro is from
Yeah,
software.
it's the same. Yeah, since they changed the name, it's different.
Mhm.
I've only ever played Dark Souls 1. Big fan of From Software. Uh, but
That's funny.
I'm sure you have seen I'm sure you've probably seen the conversations about adding like an easy mode to games like that. And with
Difficult games are difficult because a reason.
Yeah, for the most part. But with Returnal coming out, I think a lot of people are talking about accessibility and easy modes and things like that. And I wanted to talk about it with you because I don't think I've ever talked about it with you before, or gotten your
Oh,
opinion on
I feel so honored.
it. So how do you with what would adding an easy mode to Dark Souls or Sekiro do for you?
I would never play them.
Never play the easy mode.
No reason
Okay.
to. There's a. I mean, maybe for kids, but I mean, kids are
Yeah.
really about to play Dark Souls or
Yeah.
Sekiro. I mean, I guess it's cool with an asterisk and a question mark, several of them. For people who want to experience the game but don't have a lot of time to really sit down and. But that's the whole point of
I've
FromSoft games in
thought about
general.
I've thought about
Is
that
is
argument
to
before.
learn. It's the whole experience of the game is getting your shit kicked in a bunch of times and then learning how each boss is
Yeah.
or the terrain that you're going through to each boss. And it doesn't have to be specifically FromSoft. I mean, you mentioned Returnal. I think the only problem with Returnal is the one that you brought up a lot.
The save game thing.
Save game. That's ridiculous that there's no save option.
I feel like the difficulty would be more forgiven if there was. I
Yeah,
definitely feel like
I
that.
think so as well. I think that's the only problem uh from an outsider's perspective with Returnal. I think there definitely should have been a save option. That's a huge oversight and it's still weird that they haven't added one. But like for games like fucking Bloodborne, like or Sekiro, people consistently say Sekiro is like hard, and I think it's kind of difficult. I've never beaten the game, but I'm literally on the final boss of the run I'm doing. And I don't necessarily find it hard. I mean, I've never really found the game to be hard. I don't know why. I mean, sure, the bosses are difficult to learn, but not necessarily where I would wish for an easier version of it.
I think you nailed it. Like I think you nailed it there. You said that they aren't necessarily hard, but they can be difficult to learn, and I think that's
Hmm.
actually what people are missing in games like that. That the difficulty is a learning process instead of just like punishing you.
Yeah,
And
it's not like
I feel
you're
like a
gonna.
lot of people think of death and like having a hard time in a boss as a punishment rather than learning.
Yeah, we're not playing Devil May Cry one punch. I mean, like, there's that mode in Devil May Cry where if you get hit once, the entire game starts
Yeah,
over.
hell or hell mode.
That's brutal as fuck. But
That's
like,
insane.
but we're not playing that here. There's a reason that you respawn people.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, going back to one of the hardest games for me, I don't know why it was so hard for me. Cuphead was ridiculous for me. It took me a
Cuphead is
long
a hard
time.
one.
Cuphead took me a very long time to beat, but I think how they balanced it out was they gave you an option of an easier mode, but that didn't give you the actual reward of the contracts, right? So
Yeah.
like you can still defeat the boss and learn its patterns and shit, but you still have to beat it eventually to get the contract. I never once played the easy mode. I never really found a real reason to.
I didn't either because you didn't make progress with it. I thought that was
Yeah,
weird.
yeah. You know, one boss that actually wasn't that hard for me, and it seemed like it gave you a fuck ton of problems in your video. That
Is the
that
train guy?
robot,
Oh yeah, the robot. Yeah, I remember him.
the
I remember
robot
him
did
giving me a
not.
real hard time.
Robot didn't give me much of a hard time. The dragon did though. That guy took me
The
forever
dragon
to
is.
beat.
I feel like the dragon is like a progression stopper for everybody.
I think Grim Matchstick is one. I think that's his name, Grim
That
Matchstick.
is his name. Yeah, you got.
Yeah,
Yeah, wow, you just remembered that just right off the
yeah.
bat.
Grim. That yeah. Oddly
He
enough, I tried to
traumatized
beat him.
you.
Yeah, yeah. I tried. I tried to beat him all one day, and I gave up. And then the next day, I started again, and I beat him on like my third try. I was like, man, I was just fucking exhausted last night. One boss that really did give me a problem was that fucking boat guy. Don't know why. It took me the longest to ever beat him. But yeah, I don't know. Once I beat him, I beat the game in like 3 days. But it took me a year to beat that boss.
I feel like
But go
yeah.
ahead.
I feel like part of it is the way people think about difficulty. Like the way
Mhm.
people think about uh for one, I think a lot of people see easy mode as an end all be all of accessibility. Like
Mhm.
I am 100% for accessibility options, but
Mhm.
easy mode isn't the baseline for accessible for everyone.
Yeah.
We need actual accessibility modes and
A-
shit like that.
And it depends on the type of game.
It also totally entirely.
I don't really see a reason for a Sekiro to have an easy mode.
I don't, because yeah, the grind of getting better and doing stuff like that is the entire point, and if you don't experience that, then you're not getting the entire experience from the game. You're just beating the
Why
game
would
and
you
moving
ever
on.
want to deflect all the fucking blades in an easy mode?
It yeah, it kind
Maybe
of
to feel like a badass, sure, but
you don't really
like,
feel like that if you're
yeah,
it's just super easy to do.
okay. From question as a outsider looking in, what did you play Doom Eternal on your first playthrough? Just normal, I'm guessing.
Yeah, I played normal, and I did play it again on a harder difficulty.
Okay, when you beat it on that harder difficulty, did you feel like more accomplished after?
It since I was going through more shit, I definitely did feel more accomplished than when I did the normal.
Look, I get it from both perspectives, but it has to be correct for the game.
Yeah.
I don't think every game should have an easy mode. I mean, it just doesn't. It depends on how the game is structured. Like,
Yeah.
FromSoft games, I've never played a FromSoft game or seen a video of a FromSoft game that really needed. Like, there's no reason for it. I mean, but what was it really just Returnal, or was it just like a community opinion that just morphed into something on Twitter or somewhere where you saw it?
I've just been seeing a lot of people saying that Returnal is extremely hard. And I can understand that 100%. But yeah, you have to think about how, for one, how does difficulty add to the experience of the game? And for games that choose to be hard, sometimes they aren't, and sometimes they are. For From Software games, I would definitely say that they do benefit from being even harder, because if Dark Souls was a regular third person sword action game, it would not be that spectacular because the movement still sucks in it.
Not
And
at all.
the point of why the movement sucks is because they want it to be more difficult, and they want you to play it a certain type of way. And
Is that the only FromSoft game you've ever played, Sekiro? Have you played any other ones?
I've played Sekiro. I've played a little bit of Demon Souls, and I've played a little bit of Dark Souls, and I just
Demon
didn't get
Souls,
very
we're
far
talking about
enough.
the PS3 or PS5 version.
PS3. I've never played the
Ooh.
PS5 one.
Ooh,
Yeah,
you played
that's
the
why. Yeah,
ooh.
it turned me off. That's why I haven't played many of the other ones, because I thought that was just what it
Ew.
was.
You played the dirty janky one. Bro, have you ever seen their original FromSoft games?
Oh, I think I've seen like
They're
a couple of them.
trash.
I've seen a couple of them. They're not very
They're
pretty.
really shitty, like Devil May Cry knockoffs, if I'm not mistaken.
I
But
think I've seen a video on that. I've
it's,
definitely seen a video on their
it's
old
fucking
games, and they
yeah, they're disgusting.
what they were
Like,
doing before Dark Souls. They better be glad they hit gold when they made
yeah,
the Dark Souls series.
they got real lucky, real lucky. But yeah,
With
not every game needs an easy mode, people.
Yeah. Do you feel like adding an
hmm
easy mode would make it immediately more, or make it more accessible?
What
And
game?
also, in let's say Sekiro,
Maybe.
yeah,
It depends on how
it's
well
a
balanced the game. The
it's a
game is already
hard
balanced to me.
it's a hard thing to dissect, because yeah, if you add an easy mode to just any game, um, you're not learning the game. Like I
That's
don't
why
want to
I'm
sound
saying
like
it
the
depends. No, no,
pride
no.
and
I get it.
I don't want to sound like the pride and accomplishment guy. Like you have to suffer because
Mm-mm.
I did, but
hmm
it's you
It
just
doesn't match well with the idea or core structure of the game.
yeah, it
That's
just
it.
doesn't match with how they want you to play the game, or how they want you to
hmm
interact with it. And
Yeah.
also, you mentioned earlier that some people may not have time for it. Don't play it. Or find some time for it. I feel like a lot of
Yeah.
people, for some reason, I feel like a lot of people feel like every game should be made specifically for them, and
To cater for their specific likes and dislikes.
I feel like people feel like when they play a game, or because they buy a game, that the game needs to cater, even though the game is already made and the
hmm
creators of it already had their vision and put it in play when they made it.
Yeah.
People feel like that the game needs to cater to them, and that is not gonna be like, we're dealing with art. If you
hmm
if you don't like the length of a movie, or you don't like the genre of a movie, you just don't watch it.
hmm Exactly.
If you don't like the difficulty that comes with From Software games, or maybe a
Just
game like
difficult
Returnal,
games
maybe a game
in
like,
general.
yeah, difficult games in general, if that's the philosophy of the game, it may just not be for you.
Yeah.
It's just not for you. Like, you don't need to you don't need to say they need to add this to make it easier for me to play it,
Yeah.
because that's not what the creator's vision was.
hmm
Um But yeah, it's just a really weird. I've been
It just
seeing a
has to.
lot of that.
It has to fit the core structure of the game.
Yeah,
That's it. I feel like, I mean, there's some wonderful games out there that do have a ranking, a hard system or whatever difficulty level.
yeah,
And then there's a lot of games that don't. It just really comes down to realizing that you're just one human being and not everything is catered to every human, just like everything else in the world.
yeah. I
So
feel
like,
like
not it. I get that you want to enjoy the game, right? So enjoying the game like it was meant to be played is really what it comes down to.
yeah,
I
if you
feel
see
like.
people enjoying a game that you aren't really that you try and aren't really able to enjoy because it's not the type of game you're into, just don't play
Yeah,
it. Just
I don't like MMOs. I hate them.
I hate
I
them.
tried to play them.
I don't hate them, but
I mean, I
it's
don't
not
hate
my
them
type of
either. I
thing.
don't. Yeah, like I tried to play League one time in high school. I was like, bro, this shit is weak. I'm not playing this. I didn't go on Twitter and be like, wow, this game sucks.
Why
Why
don't
does
they
it
change?
exist?
Why don't they make it easier for me?
Yeah, fuck that. Nah, that's not what I'm saying. It's just like things exist for people who want them to exist, and if you don't like it, just don't play it. Or just learn how to play it, and then you'll actually enjoy it. Maybe, who knows? Maybe
Yeah.
you've never been challenged before.
Yeah,
Like you play, like that's my problem. Like people are consistently playing these easy games, and then they expect everything to be easy. So when they encounter something that isn't easy, they want it to be easy.
yeah. Why isn't
Like,
Sekiro easier? Why isn't Sekiro? Why isn't
Oh, my
Sekiro
God.
Ghost of Tsushima? Why isn't Dark Souls?
Yeah.
Why isn't Dark Souls as easy as Assassin's Creed?
I had a fucking great thing to talk about, but I can't remember it. But yeah, man, guys, just learn how to play the game. I promise, it's good. It's fine,
And you'll
Just-
be more satisfied actually learning how to play it
Oh.
and beating it.
That's what it was. I was talking about Gungeon. Apparently, Gungeon is like extremely hard to a lot to and I didn't know
I
like
could
there
see
was
that,
a
but it's not super hard.
yeah. I was like, I was talking to one of the guys on my job who's gonna help me build my PC. He was like, yeah, I know I was just talking. I was like, really, all I'm gonna be playing this Gungeon when I built this thing. I don't even know why I'm so happy. He was like, dude, I can't play that game. I was like, really? I was like, I'm really so used to like PC gamers playing like hard shit.
Yeah.
It was so odd to hear somebody who loves Valorant and shit like that say something like
Gungeon
Into
is
the Gungeon is hard.
super
Yeah.
hard. I feel like
Yeah.
it's also it's definitely people
It's
aren't
just
used to
preference.
certain genre. Yeah, preference. People aren't used to certain genres, and when they come to that genre, it is completely different than anything they've played before. So it can be overwhelming or just generally super hard to understand or
Bro, there's
even
no
play.
reticle. Bro,
Yeah.
where's the reticle? I like multiple types of genres of anything. Love shooters, third person or first person. Otherwise, love top down, side scrollers, all that shit. I've never been against most games. I mean, I've even tried games that I end up not liking. Like
Yeah.
once again, fucking League of Legends. But you know, I just don't play it. That's it. That's all.
Yeah, pretty much.
What
But-
was your opinion? Did I give you room to speak? I think you just second what I said, right?
Basically.
Yeah.
Like I feel like I'm basically an everyman type of gamer.
Yeah.
I'm an everyman. Like I can pick up most things except for the one thing that I cannot wrap my head around is like RTS games, and because of that I just don't play them. I just don't.
I know
or
what
grand
game that
strategy. Grand
I can
strategy
never-
and RTS is not.
What's
my thing.
grand strategy?
Civilization stuff like that?
Ah,
Yeah, not my type
Nah.
of thing.
I do like the idea of like a SimCity or what's that other one that's not SimCity? City Skylines.
Oh,
I want
yeah.
to play that shit eventually. That shit look fun as hell. I don't know. It kind of looks like a relaxing game. But like, I know one game that I'll probably never try just because it's fucking insane. That fucking pin game where you gotta match the shit that's on the screen and it's like really fast. You gotta have that glove and a pencil and a little pad, and it's like a little game pad. And
Oh,
you gotta
The
write
Witness?
and match. I don't. No.
Oh,
Like
okay.
it's like a puzzle game that like a whole bunch of Japanese people play, and like it can like ruin your wrist and shit because like you're like trying to match the shit on the screen. You don't know what I'm talking about?
I have no idea. I'll be
Ah,
honest.
I gotta look it up.
Big fan of the news you are. Name one
Yeah,
news.
I like
What's your favorite news?
favorite type of news.
What's your favorite news?
Good news.
That's a good point. So we have some bad news today.
My favorite type of news, just like I said.
So I'm not gonna get into the details of the Israel and Palestine conflict on this podcast because we are near the end of the episode, so it's not. I don't think I have time. But what happened basically is IGN. Israel is holding a genocide on Palestinians, and IGN posted an article with support links for how to help Palestinian civilians, and that was taken down by IGN Israel, who expressed that I can read their thing really quick right here.
That's actually a terrible look. Holy fuck.
Yeah, IGN Israel took down their post, took down the IGN America's post. So apparently,
wait,
IGN,
they can do that?
They are. So there are. I can explain this really quick. There are multiple branches of IGN. Israel is one of the off branches that main IGN don't really communicate with that often. The main IGN that you know would be IGN US, UK, Japan, just the countries we talk to basically.
Aren't committing fucking genocide?
Yeah. So
well,
IGN,
America.
Well, yeah, we do commit some genocides.
Yeah. Currently doing some now, but this is a gaming podcast. Continue.
Yeah. IGN published an article titled "How to Help Palestinian Civilians," and IGN Israel
took it down
and said that it does not hold the views of IGN, and they regret that was posted. This was against. Oh yeah, I found it. Dear readers, we too were amazed to discover this morning a misleading and confusing donation campaign found on the American website IGN. It is important for us to emphasize that we condemn this action and did not take part in it or were aware of it. This is not our way. We at IGN Israel support the state of Israel, obviously, and support IDF soldiers who do everything to keep us all in these tough days. We work in every way possible to remove this misleading and offensive content from the American edition, which does not represent our views. So, yeah, the IGN Israel is condemning main IGN for their post donating to Palestinian civilians who are being murdered right now. And in response, in the middle of the night, while the people in IGN were definitely asleep, because this was posted in the middle of the night to their Twitter page and was meant to serve as their official statement. Across IGN, our hearts are heavy as we follow the events in Israel, Palestine, and across the region. Our first thought is always for the broader IGN community, our employees and readers, and our hopes for their safety and well-being. Yeah. In the instance of a recent post regarding how to help civilians in the Israel-Palestinian conflict, our philanthropic instincts to help those in need was not in line with our intent of trying to show support for all people impacted by tragic events. By highlighting only one population, the post mistakenly left the impression that we were politically aligned with one side. That was not our intention. We sincerely regret the error. This was posted not by IGN, but by IGN's, the owner of IGN, their parent company, Ziff Davis.
Who controls them?
Yes.
We're getting into that.
Yeah.
Fire.
So it was apparently against the wishes of everyone that works at IGN and without communication with anyone that works at IGN. This was just posted on their behalf and on their website with none of their acknowledgement.
Yes.
So there's an open letter to to well, there's a letter titled "An Open Letter to Leadership at IGN, Ziff Davis, and J2 Global."
Mm-hmm.
We, the undersigned employees of IGN, are appalled by the recent management decision to subvert our editorial autonomy and remove our post directing aid to the Palestinian civilians currently suffering a humanitarian crisis in Gaza, the West Bank, and Jerusalem.
Yeah.
In our original post, we offered our readers ways to support charities that help injured and sick children, supply educational resources and food assistance to victims, and provide emergency medical relief for those wounded or displaced by the conflict. We feel that these efforts should not be controversial. All humans deserve access to these basic rights, and it is important to those with means to offer aid in times of humanitarian crisis.
Mm-hmm.
And the letter goes on, but basically, they are saying that this was an act of censorship, and they have not been censored in the past for past, some would say political articles, which human lives aren't political, but
Yeah.
they have like there's nothing in IGN's rules that say that they cannot have controversial or political articles posted on their website, which and that would also entirely go against the ethics of journalism in general. To stop them from talking about politics. But how do you feel about I'm not gonna gauge your opinion on the Israel Palestine conflict.
No.
How do you feel about this supposedly massive overreach of
Well, I
power?
can talk about the Palestine thing if you want me to. The only thing I'll say is I hate that humans think that they can own everybody's opinion, ideas, ideology. That shit.
Yeah.
I wish everybody could really just, live in an ideal world where people could just be happy. That's what I'll say. I won't get too farther into it.
Yeah, I hate that isn't possible. Yeah. I hate that. There's nothing in the world I hate more than the fact that isn't even possible, because there's just too many people for us all to be aligned in peace and not hurt each other.
Yeah, but I hate parent companies. They always do bullshit, and it really affects the little guy. I mean, just even on the whole Take-Two Interactive bullshit that Rockstar has to go through a lot of the times, and it sucks, man. I don't really understand why they would ever say that. What was the point of even doing that?
I
to save face, but I mean, there was nothing to save face for, right?
Like, there was nothing to save face for, really.
What is that? Ziff? What's that?
Ziff Davis.
Yeah, Ziff Davis. What a fucking stupid name. What do they own? Why was that a thing to even do? They have to have things that they own that goes against that.
I think it's just that they want which is you own an editorial
entire
staff.
You own an entire corporation, so they want everybody to be on the same page. But that's impossible when there's different cultures.
Yeah, there's different cultures. You're doing this. You own a company that operates in different countries. We're going to have different opinions on everything, basically.
Yes.
But this is just... I feel like it's just that Ziff Davis wanted IGN themselves to represent their views and not the views of the people who work there or who wrote the article. Because the letter that they posted on the official IGN page in the middle of the night at 1:21 a.m., where I am, just in the middle of the night, that letter doesn't have, like, it's not signed by anybody. The open letter to leadership is signed by... I'm glad that they wrote all of their names down here. It's signed by just the staff of IGN, because no one is holding these views, and it's a journalism website. It's a journalism or entertainment journalism website, and they should be allowed to have their opinions or openly tout their opinions, because that's what they are. That's what they're supposed to do.
I think the problem is just money in general.
Yeah,
I mean, just
100%.
Gigantic corporations
Ziff Davis thought this would affect their money. Which is stupid.
You gotta save face, stocks, people investing in your company, It's terrible that the world is ran by it. Really fucking sucks that people are dying and people are trying to help and the one thing that you're trying to do is say no. We don't align with any of that shit.
Taking down resources for charities
Yeah,
just seems especially evil to me. I don't know.
scummy as fuck.
It just
right?
seems prioritizing your wallets and your brand or how you want your brand to be represented over literal children dying, people dying. There's definitely more important things in the world than the fact that you didn't want this article to go out. And
Yeah.
I'm very happy and proud of everyone all the IGN writers who penned their name at the bottom of this letter.
Yeah.
And I'm very much in support of you guys writing writing whatever you want, whatever advertising, not advertising, but posting articles or links to donate anywhere. And GameSpot actually posted a similar resources article that didn't get taken down. I don't think so. Why would you? It's not.
It's not something to take down.
Yeah, it's just not really. I don't get why you would do this to your editorial staff, and it creates this massive distrust between the writers and the people that own the company. And that's one of the worst things you can do. The worst thing you can do is piss off a group of people that can write really well and can are for one running your company basically because they run all the articles that go on the website and taking their voice away in an attempt to save face for the company when there's nothing to save face for. And also, this is what they wanted to write, so let them write it. This is a journalism website. It's just stupid.
What are they only supposed to only write about gaming or something?
They're like they don't even just talk about gaming either. They talk about movies and shit. And
I know
they had this wasn't there for the this didn't happen when they posted the anti-Asian hate articles that they put up in the last couple of months.
Yeah, there has to be a specific reason. It has to be monetarily a reason why they took that shit down.
It has to be. It's just
it has to be money involved. I'm such a
it's
fucking
just slimy.
cynical nihilist. When it comes to big business, it's all for the money.
Everything is.
Everything's for the money. Does not matter who gets harmed. Companies make so much money that they'll rather let people die and pay their insurance than to actually recall shit and fix it. Fuck big business, but hey, I mean, capitalism, bro.
Yeah, that's the unfortunate layer of everything that's happening. That's the unfortunate layer. Capitalism ruins everything it touches. So let's end the episode.
Yeah.
So tell them where they can find you, Ryan.
Ooh-wee. What's that a reference to?
The butthole man from Rick and Morty.
Yeah, Mr. Poopy Butthole. I didn't mean it for that to be a reference to Rick and Morty, but here we are.
Butthole
man. Where can you find me?
Yeah.
I pointed wrong last week. It's usually above me and below you, right?
Yeah.
I don't know where it's gonna be, but here is my Instagram.
I was gonna point at it for you, but that would do nothing.
Over here.
Over right there.
Face
you can find Ryan over here.
Yeah.
All of these links you see over his head.
I'm on Instagram at Civilian. That's SIV.ILIAN. I'm getting a little better now that I spell it out every week for you guys. And then Twitter is Ryan with a Gap. Please don't DM me on there. You'll never get a response. I'm also on Bandcamp at Civilian, same way you spell it, right there, wherever the fuck it is. And yep, that's it. Where can they find you?
You can find me anywhere
on this motherfucking YouTube channel, bitch.
Anywhere I can break into.
Subscribe, ho.
Your car I just broke into. You can find me at Uncolored P, the link right here.
Yeah, Clear P.
On Twitter at Uncolored P, the link right here. Instagram, Uncolored Page, the link right here. Right below me, right there. And weekly
Where you stream
on,
at?
yeah, thanks. Weekly on the For All Nerds YouTube and Twitch channel, where I stream. Currently, I'm still streaming. I'm gonna finish Resident Evil Village. I think after that, I don't
Is it Wednesdays or Fridays?
Wednesdays, sometimes
Hey.
Fridays, usually Wednesdays.
Yeah.
At 6 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central. The fuck? I feel like the years of watching Disney Channel and hearing them say the name, like they would just say 6 p.m. Eastern, and I would be like, that's not.
What the fuck is that?
That's not the time it comes on here.
Have you always lived Middle Earth?
No, I lived up north and then the south, and then now I'm in the Midwest. But Central Time, have I always lived on Central Time? I think maybe. I think I've always lived on Central Time.
Bro, we got to get you out of Central.
Absolutely.
Yes.
But yeah, thanks for watching. Thanks for watching this episode.
Listening to.
This has been
maybe
the Bad Podcast.
You know,
the
bad Podcast.
I'm fucking this whole thing up. Yeah, this is a bad podcast.
You are. You want me to finish it?
Yeah. I'm your host, Nigel. This is your favorite Italian hater, Ryan.
I am not an Italian hater. One day I'm gonna just give up and just fall into that trap. Like, yeah, I am. I'm not, guys. I don't hate anybody, except for like 2 people. But
are they Italian?
Not at all.
Okay. Okay. You saved yourself.
But I feel like should we do something new? This is on the fly. You could say no. You can even cut this out.
Yeah, we can do it. I could cut it out.
Yeah, you should, because I can't even think of a good question. I feel like we should leave every episode. We should leave off a question, and then you guys answer in the comments. But I can't think of anything. You got anything? What do you feel about? What do you guys think about the Zeke Davis bullshit? Let us know in the comments.
I thought you was about to ask them about the Israel-Palestine conflict.
No.
Yo, the comments are gonna be bad.
No, we don't talk about politics.
No.
I mean, I would, but nah. We go in circle for days. What do you guys think about capitalism, specifically controlling?
How do you feel about capitalism and also socialism and communism? Might as well throw that in
all
there.
That shit.
Yeah, tell us your feelings about communism.
Yeah, what do you guys feel about IGN's parent company taking that post down? Let us know in the comments. This has been episode 4.
Episode 4, yeah.
Episode 4 of the Bad Input podcast. We really appreciate you guys listening and taking this journey with us. I've been your co-host, Ryan. My main man. Are you on my right or my left?
I'm on your right, left. I'm on your left.
I don't know. He's somewhere. My host,
right way.
Nigel. We love you guys. Thank you so much for listening again, and we will see you next week.
See you guys.